Hello, I'm Alan Committee, and a lot of people have asked me recently, Al, what are your opinions on the COVID-19 virus? Well, first of all, don't call me Al, you don't know me well enough, and secondly, I have some very strong opinions. I'd like to share them with you now. Obviously, none of these opinions are backed up with any medical knowledge, but what I do have is an understanding of words. I love words, I studied words, I'm a wordsmith, I studied I studied a BA. So let's take a closer look at this newly formed phrase, COVID-19. It's creating such drama across the world. What can it reveal to us, this word? What hidden meanings are there? Well, CO on the periodic table is carbon monoxide, and that is poisonous. And that is something we have to avoid. But it also speaks to the Latin root cooperate, to work together. You can't work together, not in a virus-filled world. We have to self-isolate, so we must split, co-up, and that becomes care of. We're taking care of the world, which leaves us with carbon, which is carbon copy. I copy that, I understand that. Then from the Latin we have veni, vidi, vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. This spoken, of course, by Julius Caesar in the Asterix books, book 17, page 39, I think. And of course, vidi means I see, or in fact, the past tense, I saw, but that's do it yourself. I saw, I drill, I bust my finger. How irritating is that? So I see what is necessary, I copy that. Oh, I understand. If you don't follow the regulations, you can end up in ICU, which is hospital where things can go terribly wrong very quickly. So, who is in charge? The IC in charge. Who is in command? In South Africa, it is President Cyril Ramaphosa. And he is our CPR unit, isn't it? He is providing life support for a country that is currently in intensive care. A lot of people have said up to now in his presidency, Ramaphosa, or Ramaphosa, depending on how you want to say it. This is a video, I can say it any way I want. And they've said that Cyril has been a bit of an RC, which is an arse. That is the shortening of arse. RC, a lot of people don't know that, something I've just made up now. Is he an arse? I don't think so. I think he's turned things around. I think he is a fantastic leader. Sometimes we have to look at things from a different angle, don't we? So, for example, covi in Italian or in Latin means to hide or to incubate. I incubate. Ovi is eggs. I don't know why I've said that. There's nothing to talk about in terms of the eggs. That's for another lesson. Please stop trying to change the tone of this particular video. We're trying to have some fun. So covi means to incubate. Again, this idea of isolation. But if you look at it from the other direction, you've got VOC, which of course was the Dutch East India Company, which arrived in South Africa 1652 under the leadership of Jan van Riebeeck. Jan van Riebeeck. And we often blame things on Jan van Riebeeck, and maybe the virus is his fault as well. Something to keep at the back of your head. 1652 is 8 minutes to 5 o'clock, which is very close to the close of a day. And so you've really got to act quickly. Time is of the essence. Time waits for no man. 1652, but also 5 and 2 is 7. 7 deadly sins, the 7 deadly sins. 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue is the address of Donald Trump at the White House. Donald Trump, in many ways, is an arse. And we know that because the word rump is part of his name. So that is an arse, the rump end. And if that isn't true, then I don't know what is. Stay with me, I don't quite know what I'm saying yet, but I'm building to something quite monumental, I think. Now, if we take a look, Ovid is also in this phrase. Ovid, of course, was a Roman philosopher and poet, so of the arts, but Ovid was the Roman god of dreams and sleep. So don't feel that you have to be active during this isolation. You can relax. Sleep, perchance to dream, said one of the Shakespearean characters. Aye, to sleep, perchance to dream. There's the rub. And of course, rub is rub. Don't rub your face. That can spread the virus, but do rub your hands. Out, out, damn spot, said another character, Lady M. She said, out, out, damn spot, speaking to her dog, but also to rub your hands is very important to cleanliness. Rub-a-dub-dub, 3 men in a tub. Why were they in a tub? Well, obviously they were focusing on health. But why 3 men? That, of course, is disallowed. We've already spoken about that, social distancing. So stay away from that. What else do we have here? We've got the id, which is the opposite of ego. The dark side of the ego is your id. Ego, I am. Ego sum, I am. I am what I am. I am my own special creation. And that, of course, was the gay anthem from the musical La Cage aux Folles, which is the bird cage. And that is what we are. We are currently all birds in a cage. locked up in isolation. And all we can do as birds is tweet. That is the only kind of interaction we're allowed. La Cage aux Folles was, of course, a famous gay musical, and it gave us the anthem, I Am What I Am, which said, I am proud to be gay. I am proud to be gay. I stay homo is what it effectively was staying, which, of course, we get stay home from stay home. I'm not sure that we do, but we will now. Homer, of course, was another famous, Homer was a famous writer, Greek writer who wrote the Iliad and spoke about the Trojan Wars. And we get the movie Troy from that. Troy Story, one of my favorite movies, but Troy, the movie, had Brad Pitt. And Brad Pitt was married to Jennifer Aniston, which is Ya, which is, again, I copied that. I see, Ya. Also, si is yes in Italian, so Ya and si. Troy. Then what we've also got is this idea of 19. 19. That was Paul Hardcastle in the 80s created the song 19, where he told us in Vietnam the average age of the soldier was 19. And of course 19 is 7 p.m., which is 8 minutes to 5, very close to 7 p.m. So what is it about 19? Well, first of all, it gave us this idea of Vietnam, gave us some great movies. Good Morning Vietnam, which starred Robin Williams. And Robin Williams was in La Cage aux Folles, so that's a mini circle of life. But Robbie Williams was part of Take That. And if that isn't the virus saying, take that world, I will rule the world. Rule the World, which is a song from Take That. It's a boy band, and of course that's where the virus started, because there were too many boys together. In fact, if anything, 3 men in a tub. I am what I am. I am my own special creation. The point is, we have to understand that fighting the virus, we've got to do is to work together. Cooperate, but singularly. So work together on your own and move in one direction. And One Direction was another boy band with Harry Styles, wasn't he? He was part of One Direction. And a style is an English word for a gate. Gareth Gates was another popular pop star from the 90s, early 2000s, Gareth Gates. And he had a slight stammer, a stutter. 19, he might well have sung 19. So we've learned a lot from the word, but finally we can understand from the hyphen, the dash, dashing and daring, gummy bears bouncing here and there and everywhere, but also to hyphen. A hyphen is a hyphen, of course, is a shark, isn't it? And that is Jaws, directed by Steven Spielberg. Steven Spielberg also directed the other hit movie, E.T., who was an alien. An illegal alien, not a legal alien, not like Sting saying, I'm a legal alien, an Englishman in New York. Well, you can't go to New York, you can't travel because of the travel ban. And so that is why you had to call in the police. And Sting, of course, was associated with the police, always watching us. Every step you take, every move you make, every bond you break, I'll be watching you. So the eyes are always watching. Eyes, of course, the eyes have it, which is see, which is ya. Always be positive in these tricky times. And instead, let us turn to E.T., who was an illegal alien who said, E.T., phone home, E.T., stay at home. And we have this resounding call, stay at home. And we can actually put it into this home, we just put some fake home, which is who? Me? Yes, you. Stay at home. I hope this has helped.